Now let's take a look at how to get help from within Ableton Live and also from other places. To start with, you always want to make sure you have your info view box open if you need some help. Hovering above different little areas will give you specific information about that, and this is some of the most extensive help within an application that I've seen. Very, very helpful. Another thing you want to know is that we have an online manual, so just come down to read the live manual under the help menu, and that'll open up and you'll be able to see the manual, and you can go to any section directly. Once you're in a section, if you click over on the manual and just press page down, you'll be going through different sections, page by page. Over here we even have a search window, so if I wanted to know something about automation, and spelled correctly. Then we get several tags that where they found the word automation. We can step through those with a down arrow, and it'll jump from page to page, skipping sections where necessary to get to the next use of the word automation. So that's very helpful. The imagery is very strong in this manual, very supportive. Another thing I recommend if you're really going to get serious into Ableton Live is to go ahead and print the manual and just keep it somewhere handy, and when you have 15 minutes here or there, jump in and read. It's quite an extensive piece of application and you'll learn many tips from the manual itself. Returning back to Ableton Live, it has built-in lessons, and these are more extensive with each upgrade. So go up to View, pull down to Lessons, and then appear over to the right. They have several topics here: tour, how to record audio, creating basic beats, playing software instruments, etc. Some setup, helpful info, and more lessons. If you ever get lost, you can use your home button here and they'll take you back to the home for the lessons. And they're quite extensive and have live sets you can load in to work with and follow along. So you really want to hang out with these and do each of them at least once. Okay, then I'm closing that down. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to Ableton's home site on the net. It's a great site. So it's simply ableton.com. Once you're here, just go to Downloads, and you can have access to some free additional sounds and demo songs. So I'm clicking on Live Packs here. I'm going to get a complete list of live packs. Sometimes you'll load these in and they'll add additional clips and settings for your different devices. This is a demo song one, a new version of the lessons, some additional sounds and things for Impulse. The presets that come with analog, tension, and electric can be loaded in. Go on down to some of their older versions because there's still some good stuff here, other demo songs sometimes. And also you have the Dennis DeSantis Live Pack that's free. Also on their site, you want to check out their facts. You have access to their frequently asked questions and answers. Free movies, and some of these are like salesmen where they want to tell you about what Live can do. But many are actually mini tutorials, and there's a very good one on Beat Repeat that you should definitely check out. Also, there's tutorials online, and you can go through those. That's great support. And then last, you want to join the forum. Many people like you starting out with Live, or if you're familiar with Live, run into problems or have a general question about how to do something. Joining the forum lets you answer and ask questions. So you definitely want to check out the site there. I'm returning back to Live now, and I want to talk about magazines. If you check out your bookstores and look for magazines, the generic music technology type magazines will include DVDs that have audio waveform samples that you can use in Ableton Live. Another thing to keep your eye open for is an Ableton Live special. Some magazines put out a special and the authors contribute directly about your specific product, and I've seen several on Ableton Live. Let's take a look now at what happens with the magazines. My third file browser here is set to go to my folder where I've collected audio from magazines. Double click to go in. Here we see different issues I created a folder for. Go into any of these. We'll check out some orchestral sounds. I'm just double clicking, getting in. And then once you get to the actual waveforms, all you have to do is simply drag them over onto the empty mixer spot, and you've got a waveform. So you've got great resources at a very minimal dollar. You can also find additional support for Ableton Live on the internet by searching. But the magazines are great. Here's another clip. So those are some rare orchestral type sounds. There's also, I've got some great drum kits, bass lines, everything. So getting into magazines is a great place to go to get additional sounds to expand your library very quickly. Okay, that wraps up just a quick way to find help and additional resources for Ableton Live.